Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, dear parents. Good morning, my wonderful pupils. Today we'll be looking at English comprehension. And the unit comprehension, English comprehension topic will be found on Unit 3 of your English comprehension textbook. Okay, for those that have, just open to Unit 3. And the topic is about myself. That's the theme for that unit. Okay, but the passage itself is "This is me." That's the passage of today's English comprehension. At the end of the lesson, what are our objectives? At the end of the lesson, I hope that you should be able to read the passage correctly. I also hope that you should be able to retell the story of the passage with understanding. And lastly, you should be able to answer questions from the passage correctly. So these are my hope that at the end of the lesson you should be able to do. Before we begin, let's have a little fun. So yes, the topic says about myself. This is me. What do you think the passage will be about? Remember I told you that the unit itself, the theme of unit 3 is about myself. And the topic of the passage itself that we're reading is "This is me." So what do you think the passage will be about? Do you have any idea? Does the title give you any clues? This is me. Well, personally, I hope or I feel that this passage will be talking about a person. Probably talking about a child, talking about introducing a child to us, or a person to us. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I feel it might be about introducing a person. That's what I feel. But let's find out. I don't know what you think, but let's find out. So, our speech work introduction. Because, like I said, the theme for this unit is myself. Myself. That's the theme for the unit. Myself. So, because we're talking about myself, we also want to look at a subtopic, introduction. When you tell someone something about yourself, when you tell something about yourself to someone, it is called introduction. For example, I say, "Hello everyone, I'm Miss Mercy. I will be teaching you English comprehension today." What I have done is tell you something about myself to you. I've told you something about myself. So what I have done is called an introduction. So if you reply by saying, "Hello, Miss Mercy, I am," and you tell me your name, I would love to listen to your lesson. You are also introducing yourself. That's also an introduction. That's also an what? Introduction. So let's do a brief practical of introduction, okay? Like I said, when you tell something about yourself to someone, what is it called? Introduction. So the next time you hear anyone say, "It's time for introduction," introduce yourself. Don't be don't feel, "Oh, that's a big word. I don't know what it means." Introduction means telling something about yourself to someone. Okay, so introduction. Now introduce yourself. I'll go first and you go next. "Hello everyone. I'm Miss Mercy. I'm your class teacher for primary. I'm the class teacher for primary 1 green. And today I will be teaching you English comprehension. The theme for today's unit 3 is myself. And the title of the passage is "This is me." I'm done. You go next. So now what I want you to do is pause this video, pause it, go back to the group, record your voice and introduce yourself, okay? Remember I said to introduce yourself means to tell something about yourself to someone. In this case, you are telling me about yourself. You are telling your fellow classmates about yourself. So I want you to pause the video now. Go back to the group, record your voice, and introduce yourself, just like I did. Okay? Okay, so let's move on. I expect everybody to introduce themselves. So I expect you to tell me something about yourself by recording your voice. I'll be waiting in the group to see and listen to you introduce yourself. So let's go on. This is me. Remember, I told you that our topic for the comprehension passage itself is "This is me." Let's read. Read the following story and answer the questions that follows. Are you ready? Okay, let's read. Before reading, what can you see? What pictures can you see? I can see the pictures of students, and I feel they are putting on uniform, so it's obviously a classroom. So these are classrooms. I can see pupils sitting nicely on their desks and chairs, and I can see a woman putting on a glass. Can you see the pupils though? You can. Can you see their desks? Can you see them? Everybody in the classroom? Can you see the woman putting on a glass, standing? I feel she's the teacher because only the teacher stands in the class. Every other pupil sits when it's time to learn, right? So I feel this is the teacher and these are the pupils. So possibly this will be talking about a classroom. That's what I feel. But let's read and find out. Let's read and find out, okay? It was the first day of school. Gamble was happy, but he had no friends in the new school. He went in the class and sat in his chair. Miss Chuku, his teacher, smiled at him. Now Gamble felt better. My name is Miss Chuku. I am your teacher. I love to teach children. I also love to listen to music. Now everyone should introduce themselves. She wrote, "This is me" on the board. One by one, all the pupils stood up, introduced themselves. I am Folarin. I love to eat chocolates. I am Danladi. I love my mom very much. I am Zainab. My father is a doctor. When it was Gambo's turn, he was shy. He did not want to say anything. Everyone was looking at him. Miss Chuku came near him and took his hand. She said, "Don't be afraid. Introduce yourself to the class." Gambo felt very happy that his teacher was smiling at him. He also felt brave. Sorry for that. He also felt brave standing next to his teacher. In a sorry for that. In a clear voice, he said, "My name is Gambo. I love to play football." That's not the end of the story. Let's move on. There's still another page. Passage continues. One by one, all of them introduced themselves. The teacher made them shake hands with one another. They all became friends. The end. Should I take it one last time? This time I'll take it faster, okay? So I want to take the passage one last time. This time I'll take it faster. So you have to be also fast in listening. Those that can read along with me. Let's go. It was the first day of school. Gambo was happy, but he had no friends in the new school. He went in the class and sat in his chair. Miss Chuku, his teacher, smiled at him. Now Gambo felt better. My name is Miss Chuku. I am your teacher. I love to teach children. I also love to listen to music. Now, everyone should introduce themselves. She wrote, "This is me on the board." One by one, all the pupils stood up and introduced themselves. I am Folarin. I love to eat chocolates. I am Danladi. I love my mom very much. I am Zainab. My father is a doctor. When it was Gambo's turn, he was shy. He did not want to say anything. Everyone was looking at him. Miss Chuku came near him and took his hand. She said, "Don't be afraid. Introduce yourself to the class." Gambo felt happy that his teacher was smiling at him. He also felt brave standing next to his teacher. In a clear voice, he said, "My name is Gambo. I love to play football." One by one, all of them introduced themselves. The teacher made them shake hands with one another. They all became friends. The end. From the passage, you have noticed that at first, Gambo was afraid because it was a new school. He probably was attending the school for the very first time. That was his first time in the school. So he was afraid. And the teacher asked them to introduce themselves. Introduction. Tell something about yourself to someone. That's what the teacher told everyone to do in the class. And she started first by introducing herself. And then gave the opportunity for the other pupils to introduce themselves. And you also notice that when it was Gambo's turn, he was shy. Just like so many of you can be shy when it's time to talk in the class. He was shy. But his teacher smiled at him and he became brave. He introduced himself and they all became friends in the class. Let's answer the following questions that follows. 1. Why was Gambo happy? From the onset, why was he happy? Who knows? Gambo was happy. Let's go back. Let's think back to the passage. Let's think back. He said it was the first day of school. Gambo was happy. It was the first day of school. Gambo was happy. So that means Gambo was happy because it was the first day of school, right? That was the main reason why he was happy. That was his first time of coming to that school. So he was happy. It was a new school. Everybody loves to go to a new school. When you go to a new school, you're always happy. So Gambo was happy because it was a new school. That's number 1. Number 2, what did the teacher write on the board? Who knows what the teacher wrote on the board? Let's think back to the passage. Let's think back. He said, "My name is Miss Chuku. I am your teacher. I love to teach children. I also love to listen to music." Now, everyone should introduce themselves. She wrote. Who wrote? The teacher. She wrote, "This is me" on the board. Let's go back to the question. The question says number 2. What did the teacher write on the board? Now, who knows the answer to that? She wrote, "This is me" on the board. That's it. That's the answer. Okay, number 3. Folarin loves to eat chocolate. True or false? Think back. I am Folarin. I love to eat chocolate. So what's the answer? Folarin loves to eat chocolates. True or false? True. He loves to eat chocolate. Number 4. Why did Gambo feel brave? Who knows why? Let's think back to the passage. When it was Gambo's turn, he was shy. He did not want to say anything. Everyone was looking at him. He was at first shy. But Miss Chuku came near him and took his hand. She said, "Don't be afraid. Introduce yourself to the class." Sorry for that. Gambo felt happy that his teacher was smiling at him. He also felt brave standing next to his teacher. See? So the question again, number 4. Why did Gambo feel brave? Obviously, he felt brave because his teacher was smiling at him rather. Because his teacher was standing next to him. That's why he felt brave. Can you see him and his teacher? His teacher is standing next to him, so he felt brave and happy. That's the answer. Gambo felt brave because his teacher was standing by him. He was brave because his teacher was standing next to him. Number 5. Complete the following sentence. Gambo loves to play what? You guessed right. Gambo loves to play football. He loves to play football. How many of us love to play football? Okay, let's go on. Words I need to know. Wink. Shy. What does the word shy mean? Easily afraid. When you are easily afraid, it is known as to be shy. Just like this monkey. Can you see? Shy. The next word is brave. Brave means strong in the face of fear. Yes, just like Gambo. At first he was afraid, but later he became brave. At first he was shy, but later he became brave, strong in the face of his fear. The next word we need to know is clear. Clear means free. The last part said Gambo spoke with a clear voice. That means his voice was free. It was not muffled. He did not talk like this. He didn't say, my love is Gambo. But no, he spoke clearly. Everybody could hear him. And the last word, introduce. I know by now you know what that means. Introduce, to tell something about yourself to someone. Introduce. Now, our task, it's your turn to read and answer questions. So what I want you to do is pause this video, pause it, and take your time to read the passage. Read the following passage. This is another passage about This Is Me. This is a story of a bunny rabbit. You would love it. It's interesting. So read the passage and answer the question. So this is the passage. Pause the video and take your time to read it. You don't need to rush it. This is the continuation of the passage. Can see the continuation. You read it and answer the question. Question 1 to 4. They are easy to answer. Fill in your answers. For those that have textbook, fill in your answers. It's in your workbook. Those that have workbook, I don't think I gave them their workbook. So you just need to fill in the answers and write out in your notes. Fill in the answers and write out the sentence in your notebook. Number 1, Dash wanted to go to school. Who wanted to go to school? You write the question, fill in the answer of the person in your notebook. So also you do for number 2, 3, and 4. Now, task 2 is a creative writing task. Using this guide that is under here, this guide, write about yourself. Introduce yourself to your teacher. Can you tell her 5 favorite things you love to do? For example, sorry for that. Let me take my pen. Sorry for that. I am a girl. Obviously, some of you are girls and some of you are boys. So if you are a girl, you write the word girl. Using the guide, you are writing your own, okay? You are writing about yourself using this guide for me. My name is, what is your name? Write it here. Write it here. I study in what school? Is it in Lagos? And what school? Crown Gate School, right? So you write it. I live in, where do you live? You write it. I have Dash brothers. Tell me the number of brothers you have. If you don't have any brother, just simply say, I have no brothers. And if you have numbers of sisters, you write the number. But if you don't have any, and just simply say no sisters. I love to. What do you love to do? I love to. Tell me all the things you love to do here. So that's why I said, using this guide, write about yourself. So the task for creative writing is myself. In conclusion, the next time you are asked for an introduction, simply tell them about yourself, okay? Next time you're asked, introduce yourself, just tell them about yourself. Bye for now. See you later.